What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakey, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. You know, we got another banger for y'all. So now, kick back, relax, and come and take a ride with your boy. So we are already seeing the Caitlin Clark effect take hold on the WNBA since she announced that she will be declaring for the WNBA draft and leaving Iowa for going her COVID year. And, you know, other than winning a national title, she doesn't really have much to prove. You know what I'm saying? National Player of the Year, Big Ten champion, national runner-up, all-time scoring leader, breaking records, and just taking names along the way. So she announced that she was going to be going, and we know from my last video, we had Iowa insider Nick Cousins that kind of went into depth on why she made the decision when she did, and, you know, basically how it all went down and what we can look forward to, and, you know, how the reaction was around Iowa and from the team.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakey podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakey.
Obviously, you know, the cat is out the bag. The Indiana fever already taking full advantage. Nick having the inside scoop, man. What did you hear about this decision? How did we get here on a random Thursday, the last day in February on a leap year?
Yeah, it's coming before their senior day, which is their next home game, Sunday against Ohio State, which is already going to be a crazy game. We'll talk about that later. But you think about who else's senior day it is. It's not just Caitlin's. You know, you have Gabby Marshall, Kate Martin, Molly Davis, who are also going to be honored before the game. Some pretty key role players around her that made this team successful over the years. So you know, the assistant coach Jan Jensen, she works with the bigs, but she's the associate head coach, so has Lisa Bluter's ear. She told a bunch of other local media and reporters at state basketball today in Des Moines. The girls' high school tournament's going on right now, so she was there recruiting even after their game last night in Minneapolis, and she took time to talk to some reporters about it. And she said that, you know, her and Coach Bluter have talked to Caitlin multiple times, just, you know, as this gets closer, as, you know, as she breaks all these records and all these things. Yeah. And as the senior day game was coming up, you know, they both were talking to Caitlin. They said, you know, how do you want this to look when it comes to your senior day?
Right.
Do you want this to be, hey, like, what's she gonna do? Make it all about, and kind of be all about Caitlin, versus if you do it now, you know, a couple of days before the game, you know, you're just kind of letting it breathe, let the news get out there, and then senior day can be all about, you know, not just Caitlin, but the team, the seniors as a whole.
Yeah.
And kind of take the distractions away, also being a big game as well for seeding and going forward.
No, absolutely. And it was a heartfelt post that she had, just, you know, showing her love and appreciation from Iowa. Before I read it though, like, what's the initial reaction? What's the energy like around there? Like, I know you were kind of saying last time you were on, like, you wouldn't be surprised either way.
Oh yeah, I think it's been received pretty well so far. I think a lot of people have kind of seen it. You know, as we get closer, they've kind of seen, like, you know, maybe she's gonna go now, especially because, you know, she got this NCAA scoring record. She set the women's basketball record now, passing Lynette Woodard, who had the all-time record. And now she's, you know, by the end of this, she's going to have Pistol Pete's probably as well, only needing about 27 points for that. So you just kind of think, and then you think just about all the other records she's broken as well. And, you know, other than getting a national championship game, what else does she have to prove on the college level? She had the Final Four last year. She's in the national championship game. I mean, there's nothing else she has to prove. And what would another year do if her just scoring 1,000 more, like, you know, 1,000 more points, maybe, who knows? But that's maybe an exaggeration. But what would be the point of that? You know, I mean, she's already got the record and all these other things. So, you know, why not leave now? Perfect opportunity. And there was a couple articles out that I've already seen, like Jeff Goodman retweeted it from Darren Rovell, who was saying it was kind of a bad decision because she's going to lose money. You're not going to lose money. She's going to get all those. She's going to get all those sponsorships that she already has to come with her. Plus, being in Indianapolis, where the Fever will have the number 1 pick,
Right.
5.5 hour drive from Iowa City. You don't think the state of Iowa is going to come support her every game, and there's not going to be fans there? I mean, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, she's right down the street for them. They packing games on the road. They going to Nebraska and Ohio. They definitely going to show up in Indiana.
And you're talking about more seats. You're talking about NBA arena up in there. So they're going to be filling that place to the brim.
Since she's declared, the Indiana Fever have sent out some cryptic tweets kind of alluding to the fact that, yeah, we already know who they're taking, and she's bringing that fan base with her to Indiana, not far from Iowa. We see her packing the stands. We see her on the road signing hella autographs, and, you know, Iowa travels to see her, so they're definitely going to be down in Indiana. We know her boyfriend works with the Pacers. We know Indiana in proximity is the closest franchise to Iowa. We know that the Indiana Fever are in desperate need of a guard after winning 13 games last season and not being nowhere near the top of the attendance. We know that they needed some rejuvenation to interject and energize that franchise. They've got reigning Rookie of the Year, Aaliyah Boston, and now they have the potential to add Caitlin Clark to make one of the best young 1-2 punches in the league. If you watched the Fever last year, you know Aaliyah Boston was getting it done without having a true point guard to really get her the basketball. And we got the nation's leader in assists in college potentially coming to team up with Aaliyah Boston. And it's just fun. You know, it's fun to just think about all the sets, all the matchups, all the mismatches, all the problems these two can cause for opposition in the league. Caitlin Clark's passing ability, playmaking ability. And what's crazy is since Caitlin Clark made the decision and we all assume Indiana's going to take her, they have doubled their prices of season tickets for ticket sales, man. Like, the prices are already driven up. Demand is already higher. Jersey sales are going to be crazy when that announcement is made. And people talking about she taking a pay cut. She going to lose money? With her biggest deals, we're seeing Gatorade, State Farm, Nike are definitely going to follow her all the way to the pros. She's probably going to pick up more endorsements, get a signature shoe, be on a bigger platform, selling out a bigger arena. This is just a win-win situation. What are we really talking about here? Something crazy, though, is that there are already WNBA MVP odds for Caitlin to take it next year. Clark has plus 2,100 odds to take the WNBA MVP, and she hasn't even been drafted yet. Are you kidding me? And then we mentioned that since, you know, she announced Fever ticket prices have more than doubled. You're just seeing the type of impact that she's going to have, and she hasn't even been drafted yet. We saw Caitlin Clark's basketball card be sold as the highest for any women's athlete as far as basketball, you know what I'm saying, went for many thousands of dollars. We're seeing her impact at Iowa. You know, she's been part of some of the most watched games in women's college basketball history. She continues to put on a show, and she has Iowa in the running, competing for a national title for another year. You know what I'm saying? They're the runner-ups last year, beat South Carolina. This year, you know, she's been asked to do a lot more, and she's continued to perform. But we're already seeing, you know, people talk about how they're fans of college and it's way more exciting than the WNBA, and that people may forget about Caitlin, those super fans, when she's another guard in the WNBA, and, you know, more people are watching college basketball for certain. But that can always change. We're talking about trends here. I think the WNBA is doing a good job with their draft. They're going to have it live, music, people in attendance. They're doing it right. It's on TV. Like, they're making it into an event, and it'll be cool if they have, you know, they got the green room and have these rookies out there just engaging and, you know, mingling with the fans, because people are going to show up for Caitlin Clark. Y'all seen that? We've never seen any type of madness like this before. I mean, she's selling out crowds on the road. She's selling out every game in Iowa. And we're seeing the impact of what she's got going on. And she's already impacting the WNBA in a positive way. I think next year we have a chance to see her in that All-Star Weekend three-point shootout. This move is going to be major for her brand. I think the WNBA is going to do a heck of a job promoting Caitlin Clark, you know what I'm saying? Pushing her brand, and she's going to do a great job of representing the WNBA and bringing new fans that may not be fans or regular watchers of the WNBA. But this league is growing exponentially. We're seeing talks of expansion. We're seeing talent continue to pour in. There needs to be expansion. There's too much talent. We're seeing first-round draft picks get cut like Sunday coupons. But Caitlin Clark already making an impact on the WNBA's platform. With her platform, you know, a lot of eyes are going to watch her wherever she goes. Expectations are going to be high. And, you know, I expect her to deliver. Now, are we talking MVP of the league in year one? No, but that just attests to her popularity and how people believe in her skill set as one of the biggest stars in women's basketball, period. I think, you know, it's going to be a situation where are the Fever going to cater to her skill set like Iowa did and let her run the show and build the scheme around her, or is she going to have to adjust? That will kind of, you know, determine the growing pains and the acceleration of her development at the next level, because the WNBA, she's playing against the best talent in the world, but she's also playing with the most talent she's ever played with. So it'll be interesting to see, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation. Holler at your boy. What are the realistic expectations for Caitlin Clark in year one in the WNBA? Y'all let me know. And make sure to hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, until next time, we out.